In this video, friends, I will tell you in detail and show you how, using references, working in the MidJourney neural network, you can generate such magnificent artistic and textured backgrounds and textures that can be used with great success, but in completely different areas, the list of which you see on the screen at the moment. The only inconvenience, of course, for Russian users is the inability to subscribe, but at the moment, numerous services on the internet offer this opportunity. But, friends, be careful. We are afraid of scammers. We focus on reviews. Friends, you can safely trust proven, not just created internet resources. For example, such as the creative site, formerly known as Photoshop Master. Well, we are going directly to the topic of our video lesson. What is the most important thing when creating these digital backgrounds? This is the use of interesting references. Please note that to generate these backgrounds, not only PROM is required, but also so-called reference images. What is it? These are the pictures that you like for one reason or another. These are the images from which you want to take for your generated images. For example, plot, style, texture or color. You can apply up to 10 references, and MidJourney will not take all these pictures and will place your generated image with the parameters you specified. Now, I hope, friends, you understand that I showed you the references that were used to generate background data in MidJourney Alpha. When generating alpha references in MidJourney, we use them in the form of images. When generating on the MidJourney server, we use links to selected images that we add to the rod. And here you see, I click on the link and show you the references that I used to generate this image. And these are all the images that I am also showing you, friends, at the moment, were generated using the same references that I just showed you. How to do it, friends. We will learn everything in detail and consider it further in this video tutorial. I collect references from the internet, put them into my computer in a separate folder. These can be paintings by artists, illustrations, photographs, works by digital artists. In general, as I said above, friends, any picture that you like something or something from this picture, you want to bring to your generated image. To generate digital background data in the Discord, to download references, we need to click on this plus sign, find a folder with your references on your computer, and, holding down the Control key, select several references, or without holding down this key, select just one picture. When the images are selected, click on the Open button, and they automatically open in the Discord. In order for them to be uploaded to the server, you need to press the Enter key. Next, we need to have these images as references. Open them in the browser, click on the image, and then click on the message Open in the browser. And in the browser window, in each picture that opens, there will be an address bar with a link to this image. It is this link that we need to use these images as references. There is a human presence in this reference, and, as you understand, in the generated backgrounds, the image of people in general is undesirable, and since the neural network takes information from the presented references to generate it, there will be images of people on the generated backgrounds. And in order to avoid this, we just need to refine the reference. You can modify it in any way that is convenient for you in the approved Photoshop program. How to conduct professionally competent data manipulations, as well as a lot and much more. You can learn from my Neural Network Masterclass as a unique assistant for a photographer. In this masterclass, friends, we are considering working with conditionally free neural networks, and in particular, we consider in detail their free features. When studying, you definitely have the opportunity to ask any questions to me, which I am happy to answer. And, just as you may have noticed, the cost of the masterclass is very small, and very often we have promotions and sales on our website. Welcome to our website, friends. And returning to the topic of our video lesson, the modified reference, from which we deleted the image of people, is re-uploaded to the MidJourney Discord and opened in the browser to get a link to it. Here are the references that I have chosen, friends, and which we will use with you to generate backgrounds. So, we have chosen the references. What's next? So, in order to generate an image for us using references, it is necessary to adhere to the following algorithm, prescribed prom. We'll talk about it in more detail later. Then we write the command from the Russian Federation in English, and then insert a link to the reference. The CF command means that we give MidJourney the command to take the style for the generated image from this reference. After each link to the reference, you can put a command with a double Y and prescribe a value from 10 to 1000 for it. This value will indicate to a greater or lesser extent the style of this image will prevail in the final generated image. Then there are negative commands. If we do not want to see people on the generated image, we can prescribe this command. But from my experience, friends, I can say that this does not help very well. The neural network yes, the image of people still inserts into the generated images. And also after this command, you can add everything that you do not want to see in the image, and it is very possible that in some generations, the neural network will take into account your wishes. With the following command, we can specify the format of the picture that we want to get at the output, and this parameter answers how many pictures in the grid, usually of 4 pictures, will differ from each other. Here the value is put down from 10 to 100, and I hope you understand that the more values, the greater the difference will be in the images. And you can also prescribe another command that is responsible for stylizing the image. Here we put down a value from 100 to 1000 and indicate how much we give all the work on the style, on the stylization of the image into the hands of the neural network. The higher the value, the more the neural network fantasizes about generating your image. Experimenting with the generation of photos and images in this neural network. Friends, I am more and more convinced over time, with the improvement of this neural network, MidJourney is happy to perceive less and less voluminous requests. And for an excellent, high-quality, beautiful generation, a small, concise query is enough for her. If we generate digital backgrounds, and it is about them that we are talking about in this lesson, right, friends, please look at the list of things that can be specified in the prompt. Background, what kind of background do you want the neural network to create for you? Then the style. Please indicate in what style you want to get the image. For example, it can be the style of some artist, or, without specifying a specific artist, just specify the art style abstract, Baroque, avant-garde, classicism, or you can also specify any cinematic style. Also, please use superlative adjectives to describe. Next, specify whether the texture or texture should be pronounced in your images. For more artistry, you can specify what kind of lighting you want to get in your image contrasting, soft, dramatic. And according to the lighting, we can specify which atmosphere in our image we also want to see. It is possible to prescribe tones and shades, but since we work with references, most likely a neural network. It is the colors and shades of our references that the neural network will take as a basis. And then we move on to the practice of generation. We will also generate on our personal MidJourney server, not in a Discord, but on a new web platform. And MidJourney is evolving just by leaps and bounds, and we, friends, no longer have much need to generate an image in the Discord, while performing quite complex manipulations with uploading images to the internet and using their links. Since version 6, AI MidJourney has opened the platform to everyone, and you can now create your images, as if on your own small website. There are absolutely no difficulties in working here. In this window, we prescribe the prompt and the settings we need to generate an image. If you want to repeat your previous prompt, you just need to click on it. On the right, you can see the prompt and the reference images that were used when generating the images. Also, you do not have to register the settings manually. Click on them in the same right column and select the ones you need. On this platform, you can upload reference images to a special window and then simply dragging them into this window under the prompt, in fact, and use them for your own generation as references. 3 pentagrams appear on the references moved to this window, which indicate what you want to use from this reference, the image itself, or the elements or the style of this reference. In general, drag the references that you want to use into this window and select the desired pentagram. After the prompt is registered, the settings are also indicated by references. All are selected. Press the Enter key and start the generation. We go to the Create menu window and wait for the neural network to create our images for us. The images are ready, and these are the backgrounds the neural network generated for us according to this request, and with the references we selected. What can we do with them? We can restart the generation again, leave the difference value of the pictures also at 50, and the neural network will generate for us both a different image from this generation and a different image from each other. Or we can work with some one image that we need, more suitable. Yes, an image. If we click on this button, a new generation will start, and the difference from this picture will be quite strong. Or we can click on this Edit button and edit this image. Let's do it with you. For example, we don't want to see people in the image. Click on the Edit button. The window for editing opens directly. Immediately, we have a brush that becomes active, which we can hold over the sections of the picture that we want to change. We can also resize the image scale. When all the manipulations are done, we press this big button to submit for consideration. We go back to the Create window menu and wait for the neural network to change our picture. The neural network has changed the picture for us, and yes, indeed, she removed people and made the landscape a little more diverse. Well, now let's choose a picture edited by a neural network, and by clicking on this button, Order Generation, which should give us pictures that are quite different from the original one. And yes, the neural network, although it also gave us a forest landscape, but this landscape is quite decently different from the sample picture. But this, friends, is not all the possibilities. We can go to the Explore menu, that is, to the works of the users of the journal, and choose any work we like, and take it as a sample for our already generations. At the bottom in the right corner we have the buttons Prompt, Image Style. We can choose all 3 parameters. We can add our own settings and our own references to these parameters, and generate our own image based on this picture and this prompt, which we currently use as a reference. I add my desired parameters to the prompt and also upload my references in addition. And when all the settings are completed, I press the Enter key, go to the generation page. These are the new images we got. Agree, it's pretty good and very, very interesting, but also beautiful. But I got these images, friends, when I took a new generated image as a reference. This one. Let's try to make another option. We select this generated image, click on this prompt button, all our settings, our prompt, and references get into this window. Naturally, we can edit it, remove something, supplement something, add something. And in the future, we get a completely different image. And you must agree, friends, everything is much more convenient, simpler and easier here from working in the Discord. And now our new images are on the way. They turned out to be just as beautiful, just as artistic, and quite decently different from each other, and, of course, from previous versions, which, of course, cannot but please, and even to some extent delight. At this, friends, let me conclude this video lesson. I really want to hope that it was interesting to you and will be useful. And I am grateful to you in advance for your comments, for your likes, and I will also be very grateful if you tell your colleagues, friends, and acquaintances about our channel, about our website. Once again, I sincerely thank you for your attention and wish you all the best.